Even in the aftermath of a magnificent performance, fighters can be still motivated to show you more of what they have to offer. And the same could be said for one Bruce "Shoo Shoo" Carrington. After his performance against Enrique Vivas, Carrington let the world know that he wants all of the titleists at 126 featherweight. And you know what? I want to see him. I've told you before that the climate is changing in boxing when it comes down to certain fighters and what they really want to produce in the sport and what you can expect from them going forward. Let's talk about Carrington and what he said in the aftermath of his victory over Vivas, a veteran of 20 plus fights, and he took him out easily.
Title shot next? Is that what you're going to demand?
I've been demanding it. I've been demanding it even before the start of this fight, just before the start of this camp. I don't want to wait any longer. I knew I had to make a big statement. Enrique Vivas, he's never been stopped. I stopped him in 3 rounds. And for me, I just want to show that I'm on a different level from anybody that's in my division. I am the best 126 featherweight in the division. And I feel like, I'm going to continue to make a debate until there's no debate.
You see, Bruce "Shoo Shoo" Carrington is coming out blazing, even after winning a fight in which he barely got a little dirty for 3 rounds. But he's letting the world know that he wants to see everyone at 126. And he has the talent and ability to showcase that there may be something a little special on the horizon with what he has to offer. And he's fighting with purpose. You see, when you look at what he's done with last night's performance, you have to understand that this man is motivated by something more than just chasing the titles. He wants to make a change in his life, with his family, and going forward, it's important to him that the sport recognizes his abilities. And he's speaking that way, and he's fighting that way, carrying himself that way. Listen.
It was though you had to make a statement tonight, which had knockout of some sort.
I had a feeling, I really wanted to just dominate, however domination was gonna look. But, I knew the knockout was gonna be sweet cement, but it was like, okay, no. Yeah, and he's ready. He's ready for that next step up.
What about Espinosa? You mentioned you want to fight against the best. What about Espinosa?
Ask him what about me. That's the question you need to ask.
No, but I'm asking you. What is your opinion? You're willing to fight
I've been willing to fight against. Enrique's a real Mexican. He's a real Mexican. Like, I don't want to discredit that.
He's in Mexico.
Oh,
that's
no,
my point.
No. He's from Mexico. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want you to discredit the way I just did in there. That was a tough fight. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Now you see, as that reporter started asking him about Espinosa, a champion at featherweight, Shushu is telling him, you ask him about me, because he's the one that has a title. I'm the one that's trying to put myself in position for title contention. And with this man that I just defeated, he was a Mexican fighter in Mexico. Nonetheless, we can do this. But at the same time, what we're seeing is the fact that they are always trying to throw something else in front of a guy instead of recognizing him for what he's doing on the scene. And Shushu is more than prepared to deal with these journalists.
But I also want to say that I've been calling out Espinosa. I've been at his fights saying I was going to chop that in the tree. I've been commentating. I'm not ducking anybody, all right? And I just want to make that clear. But Espinosa want to fight me. That's the question. You go ahead and ask him that, and then you can just believe it's up to you. I don't believe anything. I believe that all of the champions want to fight the best. And I want to test and prove that. Until that happens, then we'll see who's ducking who. But, I'm here, I'm ready. And until, like, tomorrow, everything happens, we won't see who's ducking who.
This young man is more than prepared to speak over the microphones. And that speaks even more positively about him and his character as a man. You see, they will try to come at you in different ways with the hate, with the despisement. But he's been practiced up on this, and he's more than prepared. Just like I feel that he is more than prepared to fight for a world title. Just like Sweet Pea Whitaker was going into his 15th professional fight. Ready to fight for the world title. It doesn't take all day to do anything, especially when you're capable, especially when you are practiced and schooled and tooled, as this young man is. One of the things that I had criticized about him about a year ago was that, he was fighting in New York a lot, but I needed to see him outside of his own familiar territory and element. He has more than shown me that in that year's time, he has grown. And see, that's important. Even the way he went about taking out Vivas, it was so precise and calculating that you can't do anything but salute and take your hat off to him. You see what I'm saying? But listen.
It was super dangerous.
Yes, 100%. 100%.
Again, every time the knockout for me, it seemed like you were catching him, it seemed like you could tell you were picking him apart, and it was just kind of a matter of time.
Well, Enrique Vivas, he starts off pretty fast, you know what I'm saying? Like, he has a pretty fast pace, and he wants to, make him uncomfortable with his pressure. And that's kind of what I wanted him to do, because he starts to kind of open up, and then I was just going to slip in my clean, planted shots in between his shots. I'll probably play the ropes, make him feel like he's getting some shots off, and then just slide my right hands and my uppercuts and my jabs and jabs to the body. Little things that he doesn't even know that's breaking him down because he's so focused on what he's doing. And just kind of just mentally break him down like that. And then once I caught him with an uppercut, I think I saw him, like, his eyes kind of go a little woozy. And then I just landed a nice combination, so he was hurt and got him out of there.
So obviously knocked him out, never been knocked out before. Do you feel there's any more statements to make two time together?
I feel like this should be it. I feel like this is the exclamation point where it's like, all right, now fans are gonna be all over on Twitter, Instagram, whatever. Like, yo, give him a title shot. He's begging for it. He's putting on shows. He's knocking these guys out. He's improving time in and time out every single time he fights. Give him his shot. I just want my shot. Y'all been seeing me put that up. Hashtag I just want my shot. Y'all put that up in your post too. I just want my shot. But yeah.
You see, one of the things that he reminds me is that back in the Mike Tyson undisputed reign, Mike Tyson in the heavyweight division was kind of commandeering what is what. He along with Don King. But there was a #1 contender that was looking to face Tyson in Evander Holyfield. And Evander Holyfield had moved up from the cruiserweight division, being the undisputed cruiserweight champion. But he fought all of the necessary fighters for the Intercontinental and North American titles that were just ranked under the champ. And once he consolidated those titles, he became the undisputed #1 contender across all 3 major sanctioning bodies. He was that for 3 years. Shushu has consolidated the same titles, and he is looking for the same type of opportunity. It doesn't matter which one of those champions decide to give him the opportunity first. It's important that they give him the opportunity. See, someone is looking for someone else to slip on that banana peel. But I'm going to tell you, as these young fighters who are moving up in today's boxing are looking to assert themselves and do what's necessary, some of these guys who have been avoiding, guys who have had their way with vacated titles and not lifting them off of world champions, they're going to start to go by the wayside. Boxing is entering a shift of the paradigm, people. And I've said it before, you need to pay attention and take note.
Man, that's what I've been doing, man. Like I said, man, because with the Shushu show, you just never know. Don't blink, y'all tune in.
Bruce, we saw what the counterpunch you did against that kind of style. They're not just trying to be relentless.
Yeah.
Is the same kind of thing happen to Ball and Espinosa? They apply a lot of pressure and try
Possibly, if they come with that game plan, same thing will obviously happen. But if they don't, I'll adjust and then probably do the same thing too.
Bruce, have you asked, or do you think Top Rank, or will you make it clear Top Rank, enforce my mandatory position, do whatever it takes in any of the things?
100%. 100%. I'm like top 4 in all of the sanctioning bodies, #1 in 2 of them. Yeah. Like I especially really want to push for, you know, the WBC. Obviously we got the Eliminator. We just did that WBA with Nick Ball. Like I'm really focused on the Nick Ball and Stephen Fulton the most, because Stephen Fulton, I'm going for the big fights. Period. I'm going for the biggest fights, and Stephen Fulton, he's the most accomplished champion in the division. 2 division world champ. You know, his resume speaks for itself. Then when it comes to Nick Ball, he's probably the most lucrative fight out of the whole division, and I feel like that's a big fight to be made. Those are the guys that's most attracted to me in terms of fighting.
There's some buzz.
You see, again, this is an intelligent young man who knows the landscape. He's looking at it across the board. Each of the champions offer something different, and he understands that. So it's not about him being single-minded, which would kind of leave him out of consideration for a particular fighter, right? No, he's looking at everyone specifically. Who could be the lucrative guy? Who's the guy that's the most accomplished? Who's the guy who's the most experienced? And so forth. Who has the strongest promotion? Those are intangibles that really mean something when you go for negotiations, because you may have to be more accepting of someone trying to sun you in negotiations, but the whole idea is to get the fight signed so you can get your opportunity, so you can then be successful and make things happen for yourself.
It's about moving up to 30 to challenge the box.
Why? He got to 126. Why would he do that? Then he just get dropped by Castro. And he gets moved to 26. Why would he do that? That's stupid. Fight all the best in 26. You know what I mean? get that work out here, you know, get with guys that's, you know, your size, if you can't make 22 anymore, and just do it like that. Like, I don't know, man. I want to fight champions. I'm not trying to fight for no vacant belt and trying to not do that. Nah, I want to be the guys that beat the guys.
I talked about this before, being a fighter who beat the man who beat the man. It's very important for you to be able to do that because you establish a point of legacy for yourself. When you go in and you face guys who have been around, but they have fights and titles where they didn't earn a merit, but it was just kind of available to them, and so they accepted that path, and then they call themselves the best in the world. No, Shushu recognizes what it means to be in there with someone that you can make your name and fame with the opportunity. It makes all the difference in the world. A different mindset, as I've said many times over.
Seems like you're number 1 and 2 with body. Does that give you some power? Can you like put pressure on them to?
Oh, 100%.
I mean, you know,
that's what I'm doing, man. That's what I mean, like right there, that's putting down what I just did out there is putting pressure. That's a form of putting pressure. I'm being everybody's faces. I'm getting all the press conference, all the interviews, all the music videos, and saying, you know, I'm gonna do all of that, man, just to apply that pressure and demand my shot. I just want my opportunity, and I will show out. And when it's all said and done, you guys are gonna know that I'm the best 126. I might even go undisputed the way I'm working. I might be the first. Hey, has there ever been an undisputed featherweight world champion? Ever? Shushu gonna be the first.
Where are you going to be making for you and Nick Ball play out? Would you go over there?
I would 100% like, I would love to go over in Liverpool to fight over there, but I would also love for him to come to New York and fight me as well too. You know what I mean? It doesn't really matter where we fight, I just want my shot, but how does it play out? I mean, well, I ain't gonna lose, so at the end of the day, I'm gonna get the dub, but yeah, no, it'll be a great fight, and you know what I mean? I feel like, you know, that's something that I feel like the world is tuned into, especially with the performances we put on. Fisher, you will?
See, I love this. The young man is ready. He's ready for a title. He's ready for what comes with the title. And he's ready to stake his claim. Sometimes preparedness makes all the difference in the world. And he has placed himself in a position. At the age of 27, he's at a ripe time because he's entering a prime. I hope that this young man gets a world title shot before the end of 2025 because you're going to see something special at featherweight if he gets that opportunity. And you're going to see someone who can carry that mantle with dignity and respect. Salute to Bruce Shushu Carrington for what he's been able to do. This is Stormy B-Man. Shout out to the mighty LDBC and Liberated Perspective, a third eye view of the world. For more content such as this, please like, comment, subscribe, and share. Let me know what you think about Bruce Shushu Carrington and what you thought of his performance from March 29th. Peace to everyone out there, and everyone please remain safe.